Okay, Wednesday, 7th of August, 2024. So, Adrian's daily vlog, sharing smart stuff men should know. Relationship Wednesday, love better. So, the more you practice with women, the better you will be with women. Practice, practice, practice. There's that nice famous saying that practice makes perfect. Very true. The more you practice with women in a social setting, in scenarios, talking, chatting, flirting, teasing, any scenario, you get better at it. Fair enough. Very smart. So, practically speaking, being pragmatic, we want to take as many chances to interact in general, in society, in public, whatever else. What to say, what not to say, what to do, how to do it, when to do it, all these things. It's all trial and error. It's all practice here. Practice, practice, practice. And naturally, the more we practice, the more we get better at it. Makes sense. So then we can then in the future have a better relationship because we know how to handle women. We know what to do. We know how to do it. We know when to do it. These kind of things. These kind of factors and variables are worth considering, are worth learning. And the better we are, the fewer mistakes we make. Therefore, the better the relationship. But also, therefore, the better we can discern which woman is better, which woman is worth our time and energy. That's powerful. Realizing who not to waste our time with, very important. Now, I know a certain individual, and this individual refuses to use a certain tool, let's say, and said tool will help him, will help him have more interactions with women. And he refuses to use it, and by refusing to use it, he's missing out on so many chances and opportunities to interact. By interacting is refining, again, practice, more exposure. By talking to one woman, you're not going to be as experienced as opposed to talking to 100 or 1 or 10 or 100 or 1,000. You get chatting and flirting with 1,000 women. Never mind meeting, and never mind going for drinks, but just chatting. You would be a completely different person. And then if you go on dates with 1,000 women as well, I mean, who's got the time for that? That's it. Logistics. If you ignore the logistics and forget about that factor, you would grow as a man. You would change in ways you can't imagine. Priceless. Priceless experience, priceless practice. It'll be amazing. So we want to practice. Not only to discern, but also to have better relationships, but also so we know how to attract, we know who's interested, we know who's high quality. That way also, fundamentally, is that by practicing, when we come across someone who is amazing and perfect, so much better than whoever here and there, we know what to do, we know what to say. We're not going to fumble on our words. That woman there could be absolutely perfect. Okay? But you lack the practice. The practice creates the confidence, creates the skills, creates the ability, the competency, etc., to be able to attract, recognize the high value, and attract powerful stuff. So we want that. We want as much practice as possible. So recently, I was at an event that lasted about 12 hours a few days ago, and some would say that that time was wasted. Some would say that nothing happened, nothing materialized, it was wasted. Very true in one regard, but looking at the exact same situation from a different angle, it is this massive data set, massive scenarios here to draw experience from, to draw conclusions on in the future. I.e., all these things happened, then in the future it's a data set that I can use to dismantle, dissect in different ways in the future. What had I done this? What if this? What if that? Why not this? Why not that? Then we can look at it in the future and change. As I learn more, I can think, well, it went wrong here at hour 1, or went wrong there at hour 9, or around hour 10 I could have done this, or hour 11 I'm glad we did this. Very important. And that's a massive data set. And it's this nice concept that I talked about. I did a video about this, I'm pretty sure, about the cost of discovery. Cost of discovery. So by doing things, going out and brute force, going out into the world and doing stuff, we will learn things by spending 1 hour over there, 1 hour over here. We will learn it faster than just learning it maybe through a book we'll eventually read in a year from now, or through socializing in general. The principle is want to learn things as fast as possible. That way it reduces the chances of making said mistakes in the future. And in the context of relationships, the more we can understand about women, the better. Because that means that each subsequent encounter, each relationship would get better and better, closer and closer to the ideal scenario that we're after, the ideal goal. We know what to do. We know when to do it. We know how to do it. We know what we shouldn't do. And beyond, all kinds of other variations of that. That's powerful. And it's one of those things in life where books are important and vital, don't get me wrong. But we also need to practice. Actually, like everything really, is the theory and the practical side. We need both. Good solid foundations to be able to get what we want. Powerful stuff. Very important. So yes. So the more we practice, the more encounters, the more we talk, the more we socialize, the better. I noticed that in one social event I went to a month or so ago now, after going to that event and talking to strangers, basically, at the other event, I was much more on the ball, more active, more social, more witty, powerful stuff. Practice from previous experiences, but also practice here on the night, the getting momentum up. That's powerful. And all these things add up together and we become more refined. Essentially, we know what we're doing. And that's important in a relationship. It's important, it seems, that women want the man that knows what he's doing. They don't want to teach him. They expect him to know what to do already. And that's powerful. And then you could say, again, even from a practical sense, that makes sense. Meaning you know what to do. Again, what to do, when to do it, when not to do it, how to do it, you name it. These key things, these behavioral traits, these cues in society or in public, very important to recognize them and find them and know what to do and when to do it. Very good. Because you just get better. Again, the more you practice, the better you will be. The better you will be. Because also fundamentally remember that you do the maths on it. Population of the world divided by 2, and how many people are there in the country divided by 2 and all that kind of stuff, and then you realize that there's millions of women out there. So you could afford to say different things here and there to this woman or that woman, practice and practice, say this, say that, say this, say that, and you get better and better. It seems that each time you flirt, as a compounding effect, you get better at it overall. So it's okay if you say something over here and you never see her again, blocks you, ghosts you, whatever else, that's fine, because there's all these countless other ones over here that are worth talking to, not just in general when you do the maths, but worth talking to. That's powerful, because then when you realize that, you have more tenacity, more bravery, because you've got options, and that's powerful in life. That really should be the topic of another video, actually. Yeah, options. But yes, let's just jot that down before I forget. Let's make it happen. But yes, practice. Every encounter, every moment, every social event in general. And then it gets better and better. We compound. We know what to do. We know what to say. I can remember years ago when I was doing sales one time, and this team leader, he was able to, let's say, calm the situation down. I remember it vaguely, but what we were talking about or where, when, barely remember that. But what was said, I don't really remember. But the fact that the team leader, through more experience and probably being older as well, he knew how to handle the situation. That's powerful. And the more experience you get with women, with life, whatever else, experiences, whatever else, successes, defeats, victories, all these other things, they all compound together and help with the confidence and the character and ability. And then you combine that with knowing what to do, the social cues, say this, say that, say this, not, don't say this, don't do that, don't do this, don't do that. You name it, the better. The more refined we become. And the more refined we become, practically speaking, the better our life is. The more we can handle things, the more we know what to do, the more we know what not to do in life, in scenarios, relationships, you name it. Practice. The more encounters, the better. Because then in this 12-hour scenario thing, not only do I have a lot of data to work with, what happens here? Why not this? Well, how could that happen? What if we did this? What if I did that? What if I didn't say this? What could have happened? And then learning, in general, books, whatever else, it compounds. We get better and better. And each time we flirt, we get 1% better, for example, at flirting in general. Each time we chat to someone, talk to someone, we get better overall. Powerful, powerful stuff. Practice, practice, practice. Take as many encounters as possible, and we grow. Otherwise, cost of discovery, the things that would have taken us 1 hour to discover would take us a year, because any reason, because being lazy, being inefficient, being indirect, or being too direct, or you name it, not being in the right place, not talking to the right people. Powerful. Yeah. That reminds me of a video I did a few months ago about doing the rare thing. If you got a choice of things, do the thing that's rarer, because it's going to be difficult to replace that, to recreate that scenario completely. So for example, when I ran a marathon last year, I recorded the last minute or so running up to the finish line, that extreme rare video, because it's a rare scenario. Do it. And those rare times and places and events, take them, seize them. Why? Because you learn, but also fewer regrets. At the end of those 12 hours, I had an idea, a little strategy. There was a certain something I thought, I was thinking about, and I thought, well, should I say this? Should I say that? And I did say it, and it gave it one more chance. Okay, I learned a lot, but also no regrets, because I tried. And interestingly, it's better to have regrets. No. It's better to be rejected than have regrets. That's powerful. Better to be rejected than have regrets. That should be the video in the future, really. But yes, powerful stuff. So the more you practice with women, the better you will be with women. But otherwise, Adrian's daily vlog, sharing smart stuff men should know. You will see me tomorrow.